given the optimism, I understand you don't want to, you're not going to detail negotiations because this is an ongoing process, but should we take that there were potential areas of agreement that were identified here?
I look, I'm not going to speak for the speaker. I'm certainly am not his spokesperson, but President Biden has made it very clear that it is up to Congress to live out their congressional duty to avoid an economic catastrophe as it relates to a default. Like, we've been very clear on that. And he even said, the speaker, as you just mentioned, Mary, I think you were alluding to this, we're not going to negotiate in public on anything that is related, right, to fiscal responsibility and what it is that they want to move forward with, the House Republicans, what is it their plan is going to be. What the president has said, he's been clear on the debt ceiling. It should be done without conditions. He's willing and ready to discuss how we can lower costs when it comes to the deficit. And he has said as well, he's going to have his budget show what he believes his fiscal priorities are, show how we need to be fiscally responsible as we talk about the American people. He'll have that on March 9th. And he asked the speaker to do the same.
And just one more, the State of the Union is coming up. I was wondering if you could give us a sense of how the president is preparing for this, where he may be in the speech writing process, who's helping him with that.
It's a good question. As you know, the president has been working on his speech for some time. He sees this as an opportunity, and I've spoken to this before, not just to address the Congress and the members of Congress clearly, but also as an opportunity to speak directly to the American people. He's done it at least twice before. This will be his third time, and so he takes this very seriously. These types of speeches continue to evolve, sometimes until the final moments before being delivered, as you can imagine. But you can expect the president to hit on many of the issues that you hear him speak about every day, the significant economic progress we're seeing under his leadership, his economic vision that's building our economy from the bottom up and middle out, the historic pieces of legislation passed into law over the last 2 years, which are creating good, paying middle-class jobs and delivering real results for people by fixing our roads, bridges, tunnels, lowering costs on everyday goods. Those are just a few examples that you will hear from the president. I will also say, somebody just asked, I don't know, it may have been you, Mary, about the optimism that you see from this president, right? This is something that you have heard from him over and over again, especially in the last 2 years, is how he is optimistic about the future of this country. And you'll hear some of that as well. And the possibilities, I've said this before, you hear that from the president as well, the possibilities that we have as a country, especially as we look at our economy, as we look at things moving forward. Go ahead, Steve.